Hey everybody, Sean from Slots, Iowa. I know I haven't done a video for a while, so I was gonna do one today. And hey, before I get started, if you like what I put out there, would you please subscribe and like to my channel? It would really help me out with the algorithm on YouTube. Things are kind of screwy these days with TikTok, YouTube, gambling, all that other stuff. So if you could do that for me, that'd be great. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about what I think is the number one myth about casinos. And you probably don't hear this a lot on a lot of YouTube or TikTok channels, but I think the number one myth is that casinos are made for you to make money. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because casinos are made to make money for the casino, not for you. And yes, you can go and you can hit a jackpot, or you can do really well, or and walk out with money. But I'm here to tell you that the vast majority of people that walk in there every day walk out either even if they're lucky, or losing money. And you can see that by watching TikTok or YouTube. Watching the big influencers that walk in and they spend $100 spins and they walk out of there with $30,000 or $40,000. That's not the norm, folks. And I think if you really talk to those people, they'll tell you, look, most of our money we're making off of YouTube. We're not making it off of wins at the casino. And so they have a business. They have employees. They spend that money for their business so that they get revenue from YouTube. Great for them. More power to them. That's wonderful. If they can make a living doing that, that's awesome. But for you and me, that go into a casino and spend, $1 a spin or $3 a spin or whatever, maybe most $5 a spin, you are not going to make money in the long run. If you walk in there and you hit a jackpot and it's for $8,000, if you stay there long enough, you are going to lose that money. That's just the way it is, because those machines are set up at 85, 88, 90% return. Just do the simple math. If you continue to play over and over and over again, you're going to lose, because they don't pay back 100%. And if they paid back 100%, they wouldn't be in business, and you and I wouldn't have a place to go and play slots at, or play table games, or whatever it is you do at the casino, bingo. So forget about the thought that you can make money over the long run at a casino. It just doesn't work that way. So what's the secret? Well, you go in with whatever money you can afford to lose, and that means you don't go in with your rent money hoping to double it, or you don't go in with your mortgage payment hoping to double it, or your grocery money hoping to double it. It's just not going to happen. And if you have that in your head that that's going to happen, you may have a problem with gambling. And so if that's the case, I hope that you reach out to seek some help. And every state that has gambling, legalized gambling, has an 800 line that you can call to get help. I love going to the casino, but I've slowed down. About a couple months ago, I lost $800 in a week, and that may not seem like a lot to you, but it's a lot to me. And so I told my wife, I said, I need to slow down. I'm going to take a break. So I took 3 weeks off. And I did go back here about a week ago, and I took $400, and I came home with $1,800. That's not the norm, okay? I put that in the safe. When I go back again here, in a few days or next week or whenever I go back, I'll take $400 out and I'll take it with me. But I'm under no illusion that I'm going to go every time and win, because it just doesn't happen. I've got a board in my office that has the date where I went, which casino I went to, and what my results were. And I'm doing okay. I'm pretty much even. But I don't expect to, at the end of the year, to say I got a $5,000 positive, because it's just not going to happen. So I hope you enjoy going, but keep in mind the casinos send you free play. They send you meal discounts. They tell you got a free room at the hotel. It's all to pull you in. And if they're a good business, that's what they got to do, because they got to make money. And so if you watch the YouTube videos about Vegas right now, they're down. I think in August their numbers were down, I think about 6%. In August in July it was 11%. I think people are finally starting to figure out that it's really expensive to go there. And so what they're doing, and rightfully so, is they're going to their local casinos where it doesn't cost as much. I can drive to 4 or 5 casinos within an hour, hour and a half drive from where I live in Iowa. And, I've said this in my past videos, there's only a few that I go to because they're the only ones that allow me to film. But because they're so close, why would I go to Vegas and spend $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 when I can go to a casino that's 45 minutes away and spend $400? So you have to do what's best for you. I'm not an expert. I can't tell you what to do, but what I can tell you is you need to be cognizant of what you're spending, and please don't spend money that you need for something else, thinking that you're going to double it or triple it or whatever's going to happen. Can it happen? Absolutely. Every so often we get lucky. Okay, I got a buddy of mine that hit $8,500 on a machine here a month ago, and then he hit another $3,800 a couple weeks later. That's not the norm. For me, I've hit one hand pay in my life. That was $2,200, and that was a year ago last July. And I go quite a bit. So what's that tell you? It tells you it's all luck. Random number generators, okay? There's no secret to winning at the slot machine. It's just, you're just lucky. If you hit it, you're lucky. Okay, it's like the lottery. If you hit it, you're pretty damn lucky, okay? Slot machines, casinos are the same thing. Yeah, there's some skill involved on table games. You can probably do better at those if you really know what you're doing. Slot machines, like these behind me, you push the button and you hope you hit something. That's it. It's luck. You can't touch the screen. You can't not put your player's card in, and that'll give you an advantage. Turning the volume up all the way doesn't give you any kind of advantage. When you do hit a bonus and there's a screen full of buttons to push, and you're going to either win a mini, minor, whatever, that's all predetermined. It doesn't matter which one you push. Okay, you push them and you go, oh, I got two minors and 2 minis. Push whatever you want to, because if it's already predetermined that you're going to get a mini, you're going to get a mini. It doesn't matter where you press on that screen. There are some games out there that are not predetermined, but they're few and far between. So, what's the moral story? Stay safe. Keep your money safe. Don't spend. Don't spend what you can't afford to lose. And I know I've said this several times, but I really mean it. Don't spend what you can't afford to lose, okay? Especially in this economy right now, we can't waste money. You have family, you have kids, you have to provide for them. Don't think that you're going to provide for them through the casino. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it again. If you like what I'm putting out there, please subscribe and like to this video and to my channel. And in the end, I'll say, like I always do, I'm rooting for you, and just stay safe. I appreciate it. Have a great day.